Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Yemeni president stresses during his meeting with His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi on the importance of a national dialogue to settle the Yemeni crisis. On the International Day for the Preservation of Ozone Layer, the Sultanate confirms its commitment to the agreements in limiting the impacts of global warming. The Urban Planning Committee approves Jarzi's scheme in the Wilaya of Salalah and investment projects in Batna Express Highway. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to Her Excellency Marie-Louise Colero Preca, President of Malta, on her country's independence anniversary. His Majesty the Sultan has sent a similar cable to His Excellency Serz Sargsyan, President of Armenia, on his country's independence anniversary. His Majesty has also sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Colville Young, Governor General of Belize, on his country's independence anniversary. His Excellency President Abdrabbu Mansour Hadi of the Yemeni Republic received His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, in New York today on the sidelines of the 71st session of the United Nations General Assembly. The meeting discussed the latest developments on Yemen. President Hadi gave bin Alawi a briefing on the international exerted efforts to reach a peaceful solution among the conflicting parties and the importance of restoring serenity and stability to Yemen. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs also received on the sidelines of the 71st session Ismail Wuld Sheikh Ahmed, Special Envoy of the United Nations Secretary General for Yemen. The two sides discussed the developments on Yemen to reach a peaceful solution for the Yemeni issue. The meeting is considered a part of the talks under the UN agencies with the Sultanate, the GCC initiative, and the disputing parties in Yemen. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs also received Didier Reynders, Foreign Minister of the Kingdom of Belgium. The two sides reviewed the bilateral relations between the two friendly countries and the importance of promoting them within the economic and investment fields. Within the framework of the mutual relations between the Sultanate and Costa Rica, His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi also met with his counterpart Manuel Gonzalez, Costa Rican Minister of Foreign Affairs. The two sides discussed relations of common concern and means of enhancing them on various fields. The Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs today celebrated the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer, as well as launching the ministry's initiative themed Ozone Protects Future of Our Sons, in a ceremony under the patronage of Najib bin Ali Al-Rawas, Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs. Marking this day, which falls on the 16th of September every year, aims to educate the society on the importance of the ozone layer and how to preserve it, in addition to enhancing partnership and cooperation between the ministry, government sector, and scientific and research institutions to protect the ozone layer and limit impacts of global warming. Approving Jarzi's residential and commercial plan scheme in the Wilaya of Salalah at the Governorate of Dhofar topped the decisions of the technical committee concerned with interim financial for urban planning on its 11th meeting this year. The committee also approved a number of issues related to governmental investment projects and rest integrated services areas located at Batna Express Highway, in addition to review more than 130 topics of requesting changing the uses and heights in the wilayas of the Governorate of North Batna. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Engineer Saif bin Amr Al-Shakhsi, Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Housing, Chairman of the committee. The Council of Secretaries of Omani Authority for Partnership Development approved construction of a shooting center and training simulation project in order to provide educational and training services. The Council discussed a number of new projects in the field of electronic defense and air transport services by using retrocraft, which the Omani Authority for Partnership for Development currently plans to implement immediately after a feasibility study. Still to come in our news bulletin. Borneo loggers swap chainsaws for cheap health care. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. With the participation of 150 male and female students representing 32 educational institutions from various government and private universities and colleges, Sultan Qaboos University organized the first Students' Councils Forum. The forum seeks to instill the concept of shura in the university students. Her Excellency Dr. Rawiya bin Saud al-Busaidiya, Minister of Higher Education, presided over the conclusion ceremony of the forum. In order to acquaint with the latest developments in medical sectors and uplift their services, which contribute in improving the health system in the Sultanate, the events of the Oman International Conference and Exhibition for Health 2016 was inaugurated in its 6th version. The conference reviewed a number of topics, mainly the role of researchers developing businesses and technology in the medical field and specializations in addition to healthcare economy. A number of physicians, specialists and professionals participated in the conference from Arab and foreign countries. The inauguration ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Umar al-Marhoon, Minister of Civil Service. Under the title Evaluating and Refining Environment of Food Safety and Develop Measures of Food Safety for the Future in the Sultanate, the events of Food and Hospitality Exhibition and Conference was inaugurated at Oman International Exhibition Center. The events of the exhibition will be accompanied by lectures and discussion sessions in the field of food, seeking to uplift the culture of food safety in the Sultanate according to the international standards. About 250 brands are participating in the exhibition from 12 countries to showcase their products related to food and hospitality. The inauguration ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Engineer Muhsin bin Muhammad al-Sheikh, Chairman of Muscat Municipality. In order to open new horizons for entrepreneurship award and to encourage entrepreneurs to excel, compete and innovate, the Public Authority for Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Development, Riyadh, signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Omani Telecommunication Company to support and implement the Entrepreneurship Award in its 3rd version. The MOU came to build a real partnership with private sector institutions in implementing programs and initiatives of the authority. On the other hand, the main award committee discussed preparations and updates in supporting the winners' programs, in addition to review its conditions and standards. A tender of government treasury bills issue number 566 was held at the Central Bank of Oman CBO this week. The total value of the allotted treasury bills amounted to 15 million Omani riyals for a maturity period of 364 days, from the 21st of September 2016 until the 20th of September 2017. The interest rate on the repurchase facilities repo with CBO is 1.03617% for the period from 20th to 26th September 2016, while the discount rate on the Treasury bills discounting facility with CBO is 1.78617% for the same period. The Treasury bills are short-term, highly secured financial instruments issued by the Central Bank of Oman on behalf of the government, which helps the licensed commercial banks to gainfully invest their surplus funds with added advantage of ready liquidity through discounting and repo offered by the central bank. According to the latest report by the National Center for Statistics and Information, the Sultanate registered a year-on-year inflation rate of 1.34% for August, driven mainly by a 7.25% rise in prices in the transport sector and 0.83% rise in the housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels. Foods and non-alcoholic beverages prices went down by 1.12%, while tobacco prices rose by 0.38% in August compared to the same month last year. Clothing and footwear fell by 0.61%, while furnishings, household equipment and routine household maintenance went up by 0.61%. Health prices increased by 0.94%. Education registered a rise of 3.03%, while the communication prices have declined by 0.26%. Average inflation for the January to August period recorded a 0.88% rise compared to the same period last year. Oman oil price November delivery reached $42.56. The Dubai Mercantile Exchange today said that the price of Oman oil declined 49 cents from the price of yesterday, which was $43.05. The average price of Oman oil October 2016 delivery has stabilized at $44.02, thus 62 cents per barrel higher than September 2016 delivery. Many loggers in remote Indonesia are hanging up their chainsaws in return for affordable health care, thanks to a community incentive scheme that aims to save lives and Borneo's fragile rainforests. More on the following report.
Vast and pristine, this rainforest in Indonesian Borneo is on its way back. Once, the sound of chainsaws filled the air, when logging was the mainstay of the local economy.
The people said that one of the main reasons that they were logging was in order to pay for health care. And I could really see the connection between a healthy forest and healthy people.
A scheme set up by this Indonesian charity now rewards villagers who hang up their chainsaws with cheap health care. Since the project took off in 2007, the number of logging households has fallen from nearly 1,400 to just 180.
I think of the future now as I have children. If we continue cutting all the trees, one day they won't know what a tree is anymore.
Villagers who stop felling trees entirely are granted a 70% reduction on the cost of medical treatment. Those who are less committed receive smaller discounts. And there's also a solution for people who still cannot meet their reduced bills.
The villagers who can't pay for treatment with money can pay with tree seeds.
The saplings are then nursed here before being replanted.
We feel like this is win-win-win. You know, the forest is protected, people are healthier, and they're doing better economically.
A new hospital will provide villagers with fully equipped medical facilities for the first time in their lives. Indonesia has lost more than 6 million hectares of rainforest since 2000. And while initiatives like this one may be small, they could help stem the tide and usher in a greener future.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be easterly to northeasterly, light to moderate over the coasts of Sea of Oman, while on the rest of the coasts it will be southeasterly to southerly, light to moderate. Seas will be moderate along the coasts of the Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters and slight along the coasts of Sea of Oman with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Yemeni president stresses during his meeting with His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi on the importance of a national dialogue to settle the Yemeni crisis. On the International Day for the Preservation of Ozone Layer, the Sultanate confirms its commitment to the agreements in limiting the impacts of global warming. The Urban Planning Committee approves Jarzi's scheme in the Wilaya of Salalah and investment projects in Batina Express Highway. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.